Well, morning, guys. It's been a while, and I apologize about that delay. I haven't done one of these little update things in a while because, it has been a whirlwind. Today is December 10th, 11th, 12th. There you go. Well, I wanted to do one of these while I'm actually eating a little bit of breakfast. Pure protein, baby. I guess cheese isn't protein. But why I wanted to do one of these is because, which y'all know what's been going on. I've been not being able to do as much with this channel as I've wanted to because my attention and my time has been focused in a lot of other directions. Mainly, what that one other direction has been that we just got released yesterday is the Off Trail podcast. You can click it up here, either one. The Off Trail podcast. It's a podcast that Magpie and I created, and we've been wanting to create for about 2 years now. When we got off trail in 2020, I wanted to create it, but 2020 was a whirlwind and I didn't have the time. I didn't have the time to create it, so didn't. So this year, while we were on trail, 2021, I really wanted to focus and set some of my time apart to create this podcast. So the Off Trail podcast, what its kind of context is it kind of focuses on the who and the how, or the how and the why, not the what. So what that means is it doesn't really focus on the achievements of the hikers because the achievements are achievements. Cool, you did a trail system. Cool, you did 2 trail systems. It's really, they're achievements without being achievements, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, we still feel proud when we finish a trail, but that's not really what it's about. That's not what really living this life is about. So I kind of wanted to take away that kind of stigma and veil and look at the person, look at the hiker, look at the wanderer, look at the climber, and see how they make their life work. Because looking at on-trail stuff, doing the hike, doing the North Country Trail, that's just a part of the life. That's a part of the life that is the quote-unquote glamorous part, because that's the part that garners attention. That's when you're walking through awesome places. That's when you're experiencing this free life. But to make that on-trail happen, you have to spend time off-trail. Unless money rained down upon you from, I don't know, somewhere, you're going to have to spend time off-trail to make that on-trail happen. And when you spend time off-trail, you're going to have to do a lot of things. You're going to have to work. You're going to have to manage your time. You're going to have to plan. You're going to have to think about all these feelings and emotions that you experience on-trail. So that's kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to create a show that showed the hiker and showed the person that makes their life possible, makes their dreams possible, makes their on-trail time possible. Because I knew there was going to be a lot of variety. I knew there was going to be a lot of reoccurring themes. I knew there was going to be a lot that I wanted to hear and unpack. Like, one, for selfish reasons, because I want to know how people do it. I do it my own way. I am able to make on-trail work because of how I've managed my time over the years. But then somebody else, they do it a completely different way. The person after that, they do it a completely different way. And then the person after that, they might do it the same or close to the same, but again, unique to their flavor. So what I'm trying to say with that is I'm really excited to release the Off Trail podcast that we made live yesterday. If you go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or working on Google Podcasts, you can find the Off Trail podcast, again, up there. And yeah, we have a powerhouse of guests for the first 5 episodes. We released a batch episode kind of release because if you want to listen to one, you want to listen to a few, you want to binge them. I couldn't pick who to release first. There were 5 powerhouse guests, and honestly, I didn't want to spotlight one person and then all these amazing conversations. I was too antsy. I wanted to let them all come out. So we have 5 guests. We have the one and only Buck 30. If you haven't heard his name in the hiking community, I don't know, you're under a rock. Apple Pie, she's still out there stepping off the miles on the North Country Trail. Then we have Nimblewill Nomad. So thankful he was able to give us his time. The oldest gentleman at the age of 83 to through hike the Appalachian Trail this year. Let alone that, folks. That in itself is incredibly impressive. But it wasn't just that. He has done so much for the hiking community and continues to do it. He started hiking back in 1998. I'm only spotlighting him. All these other guests are just as amazing everybody that we've talked to has been such a fountain of knowledge and such a wealth of information to see how they live their life and made it possible. So Nimble Will Nomad 3, DB, or the Dirtbag, one of my buddies that we hiked with in 2018 on the CDT, and looking at his life, how he's been able to manage that. And then, of course, the intro episode number 5, where Magpie and I try to interview each other a little bit. It ends up me interviewing Magpie, so might have to come out with a new one where she interviews me. But yeah, powerhouse 5 guests. I'm so excited for that. That's absolutely amazing in so many ways. So thank you to all that came on and gave their time. And we look forward to just learning more about how these people make their adventures possible, how these hikers think, what makes them, what's their drive, what's their passion, all these questions that you think about on trail. And then once you get off trail, you have time to really digest them and feel them. So that's kind of our update. That's why we haven't been able to focus a whole lot on YouTube right now. On this channel, we've had a lot of our energy devoted to the Off Trail podcast, and wouldn't want to spend it any other way. That podcast is super important to us, and we love it. So yeah, give it a listen on wherever you get your podcast, and if you like it, please subscribe, give us a rating. And then also you can email us at the offtrailpodcast.com if you yourself want to be featured, if you know of somebody that would be interesting to interview. We love any and all feedback. So yeah, that's about it. We're going to start, now that we've gotten the base formed for the Off Trail podcast and all of that initial oomph out, so to say, now we'll be able to start focusing a little more on this and spreading our attention instead of narrowly focusing them. So that's it. That's what we wanted to do. Check out the Off Trail podcast today, folks. Cool.